Hey everyone, it's Ethan Ormis back again for another video today, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We're here again for yet another video. Today we're going to be starting off the album reviews on this channel for the first time. I've done a couple vinyl unboxings, of course, but yeah, I believe this is actually going to be the first video that we're doing an album review on the channel. So today we're going to be talking about Quavo and Takeoff's Only Built for Infinity Links, which I think is a good album. And yeah, I mean, let's get into it. The way I do my album reviews on this channel is I'll talk about each song, just in my general thoughts about it. And yeah, that's about it. So let's get into it. So to start off with the intro track, we have Two Infinity Links, which is a pretty great song. I really like the intro track. I really like how fast-paced Quavo and Takeoff are rapping on this, especially Takeoff on his opening part of his verse. I think they really succeed in that lane, and I really love I really love the production. Sorry, as well. I didn't care for the production the first time through, but it's kind of grown on me since then, and I do quite enjoy it a decent amount. And I feel like this is a pretty enjoyable song and intro to the track list in general. But yeah, moving on to Tony Stark's. This is a decent song. The production is fine. This isn't a song I'm revisiting at all. I just don't think it's anything special. Moving on to Hotel Lobby. I think this is an absolute banger, and I haven't listened to the song that much since it came out, but obviously it's been out for a couple months now. This is, of course, the lead single to the album as well. I do really like the production on this, and I like the 808s through the song. I think it's a really, really great song with really great production that I love. I like the different flows from both artists as well. The chorus is pretty catchy, and I kind of like the song more and more every time I listen to it, which is always a good thing, right? So this is a very decent song. Probably my favorite on the album, probably. But we'll move on to Bars into Captions. I feel like this production is very out of the comfort zone for the Migos, which is nice. It's cool to see them experimenting a little bit. I do like the sample. I love Takeoff's fast-paced flow on his verse, but I'm not revisiting the song very often. With that being said, we'll move on to See About It. I'm a big fan of the DJ Mustard production on this song. It's really, really great. I think it's really, really good. I like the first chorus as well. It's very, very nice. Kind of changes up a little bit in the song as well, but which is interesting because you don't see that very often. But kind of a repetitive chorus, but overall, I mean, I do enjoy it. So I guess now we'll move on to the bone, which. Oh wait, I'm looking at the track list, but I don't have every song downloaded. I just want to make sure. Yeah, so this is the one with NBA YoungBoy. I feel like the production is pretty vibey, and I feel like a lot of people would gravitate towards this song. I don't think it's that great of a song, though. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think the production's kind of annoying, but it's vibey, if that makes any sense. And I feel like that's why a lot of people would gravitate towards the song, and they'd enjoy that. But it's just not for me. Yeah, just not a huge fan of this song. Fine feature from YoungBoy. I really don't think anything crazy happens in this song, except for Takeoff's verse. I think Takeoff's verse is great, but apart from that, we'll move on to Not Out. So I enjoy the slower paced production, but it's decent. I don't think it's anything too crazy. I do like the chorus from Takeoff, or I do like the chorus, which is Takeoff, sorry, and I just think Takeoff always slaps, and he kind of carries this album, which I'll talk about later as well. So, moving on to Chocolate, there's definitely one of my favorite songs on the album. Such great features from Young Thug and Gunna. I've always been a big fan of DJ Durrell's production, and this is definitely no different. It's an absolute banger, in my opinion. I think this is a heavy trap anthem, and one of the best trap anthems of the year, which is cool. And I'm a big fan of this song. And again, really great features from Gunna and Thug. I was kind of expecting a much different production style than what it was, so it's kind of like a breath of fresh air. So that was pretty cool. Moving on to 2.30, some weird Dora flute in the background. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the flute or whatever instrument is in the background. I'm not a huge fan of it. It's just not for me. It's not a song I've been revisiting either. Moving on to Look at This. I do love Takeoff's flow on this song, but I don't really care for the song all that much. I do kind of like the back and forth on the chorus, but again, there's just not much redeeming qualities from this song in my opinion. Moving on to Messy. I think this is a bad song, and I'm just not revisiting it at all. I don't think it's good at all. Moving on to Nothing Changed. I think this is a great song. This was, of course, I think the last of the lead singles before the album came out. And similarly to Hotel Lobby, I feel like I enjoy this song more and more, or the more and more I listen to it. I think it's a low-key banger, and honestly, I think it's one of the best, like, Migos songs from the past couple of years, so it's really great. I really like it, but moving on to Integration, I think it's a good song, but I'm not revisiting it. It's just not for me. Moving on to Big Stunna. I really wish Birdman wasn't on this song because I really like the unique production for the Migos. It feels out of out of their comfort zone, and I love this song. I think the production is incredible, and I love the verses and chorus from Quavo and Takeoff. I'm just not a fan of the Birdman verse. I don't think it's good at all, and it really takes away from the song for me. So, with that being said, we'll move on to Us Versus Them. I really love the heavy drums in this song, and I love the fast-paced rapping from Quavo on his verse. I think it's a really W production, and Gucci Mane honestly kind of snaps on his verse. I feel like I never hear Gucci Mane on anything anymore, and especially not rapping at a high pace like he was, which was kind of a nice breath of fresh air. But a good song, but to be fair, it's not one I've been revisiting. I haven't been revisiting this album all that much at all, so... With that being said, we'll move on to Hell Yeah. I love the low-key production and the quiet string in the background. Such a catchy flow from Quavo on the chorus. And I love the rapping from Takeoff. Again, though, not a song I've been revisiting very often. And then moving on to the outro track, we've got Tools. Decent song. It's kind of a Rage Beat produced song. It's kind of like a Rage Beat. The synths in the background, but... kinda, but yeah, apart from that, this isn't really a song I've been revisiting, and yeah, I mean, overall, I just feel like this is a good album. I don't think it's anything crazy. Again, I do think that Takeoff kind of carries this album. I feel like Takeoff outshines Quavo for the majority of this album. That's, of course, my opinion, but yeah, I just think, I mean... I don't know. I haven't been a big fan of Migos' stuff lately, and I know this technically isn't all of the Migos, but I don't know. I just don't think this album is very special in any way. I was excited for it just to hear it, I guess. There's a couple of songs that I'd taken out, but overall, I don't think this is anything special. So, thank you guys all so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.